Okay, hello. I know it's a different look, but what can I say? I have range. So, um yes, I needed to change my hair and also wash up and get dressed. And yeah, wanted to wash up, do my hair, wash my hair, get a new look for the fall. Anyway, this is the video. I want to go ahead and say that it is 1:27 p.m. November 12th. Clear all. Boom, 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 boom. You see this? Okay. And Sunday, November 12th, 1:27 p.m. on the East Coast. Now I'm going to take the link of this channel and do this and do this. Want to wash up, do my hair, wash my hair, get a new look for the little fall. Anyway, this is the video. I want to go ahead and say that it is 1:27 p.m. November 12th. Clear all. Boom, 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 boom. Can you see this? Okay. And Sunday, November 12th, 1:27 p.m. on the East Coast. Now I'm going to take the link of this channel. I'm actually going to take the link to this video and do this. Copy link, and then I'm going to send it to myself. Wash up, do my hair, wash my hair, and look for the little. Anyway, this is the video. I want to go ahead and say that it is 1:27 p.m. November 12th. They're all. You see this? Okay. And Sunday, November 12th, 1:27 p.m. Okay. I love the transparent bird feeders. Like I think they're just so cool. But I like being able to see them enjoy their food and whatnot like that. So random, but just it helps with the cats too. Like they love seeing the birds have interactions. Okay, I probably should take like a nice little nap after I ate because honey, I ate good. I went back to the fish place, to the crab place, to the seafood place, to the place of aquatic deliciousness. I went back and I have caught the itis. So yeah. Nonetheless, I always need a moment to myself before I'm like fully geared up and ready to just, uh, you know, counterattack the people who have been targeting me for the fucking longest. And it's just like, you really have no platform to stand on when it comes to the lies that you want to tell. There's nothing at all that will validate the abuse that I'm going through for you to try to create a storyline to fit your boring ass narrative to be a distraction for your own pathetic life. You've you've literally done the most to subject me to violent extremes behind the scenes. You've even hired medical professionals to um, to sacrifice their own license um, lawyers too to sacrifice their own license. You've put a lot of people. I want to say you put a lot of people at risk. You damn sure did put a lot of the innocent people at risk, but you've given the opportunity to a lot of people who have like social statuses and pull and this that way here and the third, but it was by their own doing. These were people that could have stopped at a point in time where even if it was like, yeah, they got set up for like blackmail, it was just like somebody has to stop. Not just this one person, these two people. In fact, actually the people who are allowing them to keep going because there was nothing, absolutely nothing. Like, the cat's out of the bag. I already see your duplicitousness. You guys try to make a no, you didn't try to make, you made a religion, you made a profitable religion and businesses off on abusing me and off on manipulating people to believe in like, another type of spirituality. Now, that honestly, the whole spirituality thing, do you, boo, do you, but it never needed to include me into the fucking narrative at all whatsoever. But because you live such an since you have a really boring and pathetic identity in which you didn't really live for yourself in these entire 39 years or even over 30 years, you wanted to take it upon yourself to go ahead and punish me because you were trying to live all the things that I wanted to attain, and instead you started giving out like excuses. So I'm going to be playing some videos that in the whole saint or snake feature title because these are people who are snakes. You are using a distraction and you're trying to gaslight me. Gaslighting me is, hold on, I actually just saved this. Just want to make sure if I actually saved it on here, if I saved it. I'll give you guys the exact definition. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which the abuser attempts to sow self doubt and confusion in their victim's mind. Typically, gaslighters are seeking to gain power and control over the other person by distorting reality and forcing them to question their own judgment and intuition. I want to repeat that, by distorting reality. So we're gonna play that. We're gonna keep that in the back of our minds while I go ahead and play the people who I put aside to for the part was like about the snakes. So here we go.
Our occupancy's increased by probably 40% or so. Guesty has definitely impacted our occupancy positively.
Guesty has helped us increase our
It's giving a thumb. Hit the reverse on it, leave the rest. Okay. So, we have metamorphosis. We have metamorphosis, liberation, and unblock. So, staying true to our usual theme that we've had going on here, y'all are going through a metamorphosis. You're freeing yourself from a toxic connection, a toxic way of being, a toxic way of thinking, a toxic way of feeling about your own self, feeling like leave the rest behind. Ooh, welcome. Hey, if you're new, and welcome back if you have been here before. Okay. So, we have metamorphosis. We have metamorphosis, liberation, and unblock. So, staying true to our usual theme that we've had going on here, y'all are going through a metamorphosis. You're freeing yourself from a toxic connection.
Okay, right off the bat, this right here is gaslighting. Gaslighting and also just insinuating, projecting. Because this person is insinuating that the held up was really me when all along there's other people that have taken it upon themselves to disrupt my habits, my daily living, things of that nature. Um, again, for just nothing, just for existing. So yeah, and you notice that for the long while that I've been mentioning about slavery, this person is using the words, "Oh, you're free now. You are freeing yourself from," and they're disguising it under like a metamorphosis. So you're freeing yourself from.
Action, a toxic way going on here. Y'all are going through a metamorphosis. You're freeing yourself from a toxic connection, a toxic way of being. A toxic way of thinking, a toxic way of feeling about your own self. Feeling like you ain't shit, or feeling like you ain't good enough, or you deserve to be treated the way you.
Yikes.
Being treated, or you don't deserve love, and all this kinds of shit, right? That kind of shit is sad to me. I hate when people feel like that about themselves because of something somebody else did to them. So, or even something that you've been going through and you feel, you know what I mean? Just kind of putting yourself through it, yes, but we don't like to say that or hear that or acknowledge that. But yeah.
Now, when they project all those words onto me and then have the audacity to be like, "Oh, that makes me feel sad." Yes, that right there is like the bait and twist. Well, it's not even like a bait or twist. Basically, the person is projecting their inferiority, or their, like, right now that is like an inferior place to be. That is a very bad and unattractive place to be. And so they're trying to project that identity onto me. From there, they're also trying to make it look pathetic or sad. Be like, you know what? I feel really bad for that person. And they're also trying to make it seem like they want to try to help me. You've invaded my space. You've invaded my privacy. You look down on me. You consider me. The whole situation where you're stalking me is inhumane. There's nothing beneficial to you invading my privacy. There's nothing beneficial for you trying to dictate and treat me like a Sims character. There's nothing beneficial about you, instead of just asking me something that I will actually tell you, you rather infiltrate every little nook and cranny of my life. And then if anything that you don't like, you either make a lie about it, and or you decide to criticize it in a way where it's just like it's like, make up your mind. Either I'm supposed to be some type of superior being, or I'm just some invalid that you need to honestly adopt. But then again, by the way how you are acting so broke, you are taking it upon yourself where the most that you are willing to do is to just criticize in the fucking group chats or wherever. That is the fault of society right now. That is the inferiority of the society right now. This is where they lack structure. This is where they lack intelligence. And this is how they are exhibited as the niggers, coons, and Neanderthals. In no sense, shape, way, or form am I supposed to respect these individuals who can never say shit to my fucking face. They have to intimidate me by triangulation, and they have to try to do things in the dark. they will go ahead and fuck up my car that I paid money for. It was all my fucking money. But they would be like, oh, I don't know what she's talking about. But then they would go ahead and make up rumors and this, that, here, and the third. It's just like, so these are the pathetic people. These are the pathetic beings. And yes, the woman that was just talking right now is Black. So this is from the dirty, ugly Black generation. The Black, not just generation, but because it literally collectively takes up people of varying ages, varying wages, varying identities, locations, personalities, things of that nature. But actually, they all still tie up into the same kind of character, which is as a nigger coon Neanderthal. For some reason, you thought you were big and bad and had enough ego to abuse me, another Black person. But then you want to try to make like little stipulations and little excuses in order to try to come up against me, thinking that it was okay to treat me like back in the day when they did human zoos, which is an inhumane mistreatment. You're trying to distract the audience and you're trying to distract other people. You're trying to distract the people who you're trying to recruit. And you're also trying to distract the intelligent people who actually see it for what it is, because you are gaslighting. And right now you have your back sort of against the wall. You have a lot of people within corporations, and you have a lot of people within the industries, and you also have people within government organizations that are protecting you, but also at any point in time, it's just like, they can also intimidate you, where if you are not acting in accordance, they will try to like end you. So like I said, there are people who are definitely fear. And I also have another video of a woman saying that she's not going to post any videos, a woman who's actually very helpful, who gave like ultimate clarity. But it was just like, you have people who are in fear of actually speaking up because you have cowards at the helm. And at the manner where it's just like, oh, these are the people who are running for office and you should vote for me because I'm going to do insert lie. And it's just like, well, we don't have many people to actually choose from. I think that what should be the best is that we literally join heads and we attract somebody or cultivate somebody who's actually worthy and trustworthy, to the best of our, to the best of the abilities, to exercise good leadership. Because right now we just don't see it. We don't see it. And the contenders are such piss poor shots and piss poor offerings. Like, no. This country and this world needs to do better. But let's first start, our problems at home and take care of what needs to be taken care of. Gaslighting. This woman, again, is gaslighting. So she's saying you're freeing yourself from a toxic connection, a toxic way of being, a toxic way of thinking, a toxic way of feeling of your own self. Feeling like you ain't shit, feeling like you don't deserve to be treated well, you don't deserve love. Me versus a nigger coon Neanderthal. And a nigger coon Neanderthal is a stupid person. So how do I address a stupid person? Well, first, we have to remember the claims that this person is making, these assumptions. It's really sad that you have to show pictures. You also show crowns, drawings, as it were, of like literally how you are not those things. You even exemplify it, especially since they have access to you behind the scenes. Especially since they have access to me behind the scenes, they've seen me exemplify it. When I was like, unknowingly and knowingly now, and yet they're still like, that is their conclusion. That is what it's called, a projection. Because hold on, you're free. A toxic connection. The toxic connection is what is it? An ex. Ex is somebody who I grew up with, who I consider a really close friend, but they're not. And then there's also relatives. Now, again, I got arrested for addressing a paternal figure, my father, in regards to the situation that was going on in hand. Now, when doing so, there became like a scuffle and there was self-defense. Now, supposedly, like in the moment of, just kind of like us, having our moment, like our tiff, everything initially was fine. It was copacetic. And I didn't, supposedly, allegedly, that there was something that I had, that I had landed a mark on him. But I'm just like, that's interesting considering that it didn't really seem like I had touched you, but you definitely had hit me on my side. So here we are, definitely looking forward to getting that over with come next month. But it's just like there are moments where I'm definitely not the one. I'm definitely not the one to like mess around with when it comes to this kind of shit. But for some reason, you guys took my patience. You guys took my jovial spirit as a weakness. And now all of a sudden you guys are doing the most. It has become an avalanche of people wanting to try to not assault me, because honestly, you guys have not come offline except for, like the punk ass shit. Like where you guys do something where I'm like, I'm already in the house, I'm already, about to lay down, and you guys want to do something like afterwards. Like you don't do anything that's ever to my face. Except and like not even what like even when you have to say some like some sneak shit, you say it in a triangulating way. You don't even say it directly at me, you say it in a triangulating way. Like you have to say it to somebody else, or you'll just try to say it like, but you'll say it loud enough. Like you guys know what you're doing. Nonetheless, when a woman is saying a toxic connection, it's just like, okay, you are not you gonna go shishi? You wanna go out there, baby? Hi. You okay? You okay? Big chest. Mhm. Big chest. What you gonna do? Oh, you gonna go up to bed? Yeah? Really? Really? You gonna go up to bed? Oh my gosh. He is too much. Sebastian, we're wasting time here. Oh, look at that. What's up? As long as you don't put your face next to the candles. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Hey, Muffin. Good boy. He's so chunky. Oh, brother. I've seen effort here. That's hilarious. Okay, so anyway, I apologize for that minor inconvenience, but yeah, he's having his moment. I have to finish doing my hair too, but I also have to study for my exam. Anyway, any to the way. The whole point of this situation is just that I mentioned before about distractions in the sense where I have been subjected to a human zoo situation. Okay, I'm being monitored 24/7. It doesn't matter if you can't see me for those full 24/7, for the full 24 hours, uh, 7 days a week, but that's what's happening. I'm being monitored 24/7. I have people doing verbal abuse, and a lot of times, most of the time, it's always like passive aggressively. And I've had financial abuse. I've had, property, social. Uh, my life has definitely been upended at the convenience of entertainment. People finding my abuse entertaining, and then they also want to use my words and my defenses in order to go against my abusers and try to use it for themselves. And then they think that, hey, look, this is for the greater good. And I'm like, no, it's fucking not. Because I never had any problem before knowing that I was being treated this way. I never had any problem before with speaking up for people or showing or providing resource materials and concepts about fighting for one's rights. Why? Because there have been several other people before us to exemplify it, but for some reason the modern generation and their relatives that are the nigger coon Neanderthals, they are so fucking weak that they need an actual figure, a totem, in order to be like the live version um, to take energy from. And it seems really that serious because, like, whenever people are kind of really talking about my abusers, they have to say something where it's just like, oh, I'm not saying that that's a bad person. This person subjected me to severe abuse. This person poisoned my food. This person is lying on me 24/7. Like, you guys still, like, how are you able to see these pictures and, like, these images right here? How are you able to see me? How are you able to see anything that I show you? And you're still like, hmm, based off on the lies of my abusers. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm literally speaking right now in the same house I was in for several years, since my early 20s. And yet here you guys are, we're just like, you're accepting the possibility that I was homeless. I'm also questioning exactly how deep or how superficial your relationships were with your friends or whomever, because you probably never spent the night or even a weekend or such like that with them. Just like, have you never traveled abroad? Not even abroad, like overseas, but have you never traveled anywhere in order to see somebody and hang out with them for a few days? Has that really been, like, not the norm for any of you? Remember, like, I'm not the only child, but I am the person who doesn't have a grandmother or mother. So there was like no problem for me to just go over to somebody's house and spend a few days for the holidays because that tradition was unfortunately broken. And I don't really connect with the family that I had when they grew up, like, when I grew up, because my grandmother was the glue that held everybody together. And so everybody just started kind of really did the same thing that I did. They started visiting other people in order to try to, have like a connection of, the whole family kind of vibe. And so I stayed sometimes at, like, at other people's place for, like, not for like days on end. The only time when I ever did that was when I went to go visit the one friend that lived in the South. However, with everybody else, it was like, okay, I went over there for, like, the day. And then I got to go back home because, I had my own car, which I still do. But it's just like, okay. Okay. I rather kind of have that moment where if I'm gonna do like a holiday vacation or like a holiday visit, I much prefer kind of spending a few days in someplace else. So that was a convenience for me. And yet somehow, which is seriously crazy, is just that this person who was, I'm telling you, very, 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 very fucking poor, to the part where it was just like, you depended on those free meals at school. Um, is looking down on me, and it has also taken my identity and used it for their own. And I have a link to a black woman saying that, she loves the way how what speeches that the speeches that I provide. But she said that it doesn't matter if it's from me or if it's from somebody else who uses my words in order to give it to more people. And I'm like, yes, the fuck it does. It really fucking does matter, because here you guys are utilizing my gifts, you're utilizing my words and my intelligence in order to profit off of it. You've made me your golden goose while trying to suppress me. Is that not another form of slavery? Has that not been done to slaves back in the day? It has. And if it was so important, there's nothing wrong with taking, sources. Just like if you're writing a report, there's a thing called, cite your sources. So, we're not, well, cite your sources, but, you are to cite your sources. And so at the very end of the book, you are going ahead to acknowledge, like, hey, look, I was inspired by this, or I'm taking this excerpt from a magazine or a book. However, with this black nigger coon Neanderthal, this woman feels entitled. The one from the ghetto, the one from the poorhouse, the one who literally slept with roaches, deep, deep, deep with roaches and stuff like that, who I didn't look down on, but decided to try to look down on me. This figure who lied about a lot of extensive shit, this woman, she took it upon herself to use me, to target me, and then was just like going ahead to flaunt it to people from all over the world, including, but a lot of them whites, definitely a lot of them capitalists and opportunists. She marketed like, hey, look, this person is actually pretty talented, but inferior because I'm better. Um, Yet everything for the most part has been taken of mine, from me. I am like, like one of the main sources. So not just not citing the source, but also keep coming to me for ideas and for recognition and for words and for just inspirational anywhere on how I look or how I dress, on what I say, on how I say it, my mannerisms, things of that nature. And once, like I said, once you start, it's not even part putting two and two together. Once you actually see and stop being distracted by her flying monkeys and her other, which are supportive abusers too, you see it for what it is. Now, it's crazy because it just might hurt that the people, that your life is, being flashed before your eyes about a reality that is just like so fucking corrupt. But let me just tell you something. You're not alone. When I realized and I was subjected to this, I was like, I was not forced with a decision. It was really to just survive or die. These people are, to this day, are doing what they can in order to try to oppress me, silence me, and ultimately get rid of me. So when it comes to any of the bullshit where people are trying to use distractions, saying, hey, look, forget the part where we're trying to kill you. Forget the part where we've, taken most of your life and your health, and we've paid doctors off, and we've paid also certain cops in order to intimidate you. Forget all that. Why aren't you doing XYZ to be productive continuously? It's just like I worked two jobs, had a side job, and I was trying to gear up. I think I also was gearing up to learn some things on the side where it was like, what languages, and also doing like what is it, my Etsy, and researching extensively for this invention that I had that this person did behind my back. Now, I've been making phone calls back and forth with a lawyer that is affiliated with my abusive employer. And however, what that person did was is that they were always like, oh yeah, Shalisa, like we got you, we got you, we got you. But then them, that business, that firm, the department within Princeton University, and then also the company that was supposed to materialize my invention, they all collaborated together in order to stall my invention and my business idea. So that way they can be able to allow my abuser to go ahead and make it first. However, I am patented, I am legally by the US patented first for my design. My design is very unique. Well, not, I wouldn't say like very unique, but it's just like my design is unique. We're in this country, it is patented and it is protected. However, this person decided to try to do it elsewhere in another country, where I think it was like in China or something like to that nature. But it's just, it really gives, again, it really gives slavery. It really gives racism. It really gives just, a hate crime. It's targeted. It's targeted. And a lot of white people decided to put it decided to make this an issue where it didn't need to be one. I see how hard and gung ho you are to be racist. I see how hard and gung ho you are to throw your weight around and make it seem like, you know, you're someone of importance without actually doing the fucking work. You didn't have my permission to do any of this shit. You didn't have my permission. In fact, you had to do the most sneakiest shit in order to make it seem like, you know, I was okay and I went along with this. Clearly by this alleged assault, that is not the case. Clearly by me speaking up, that is not the case. Clearly by me, even if you're trying to threaten me to go to prison, even if you're trying to threaten me to go to jail, even if you're trying to threaten me to have radical acceptance, it is still limited. Because why? Because you are a simple human being and you have the ego of a fucking of something that's out of this world that you shouldn't have. There's something that's really fucking archaic that should have died a long fucking time ago. Way before AD. I think it's what, after Domino, or just like, you know, like after death. It's just like, it's like before Christ BC, and then after. It's just like, you guys should have really just stopped. Should have just stopped. It really should have. But here we are. Here we fucking are. So yes, when I see this nigger, coon, Neanderthal, say something about like a toxic connection, a toxic way of being, and in what way is that? Did you not hear me at the point where I said what I was discussing about reactive abuse back in the day when I was younger? Exactly what would you say it is now, how I'm addressing you? You feel like this is a toxic way of being? How so? I'm doing nothing but going ahead to defend myself and defending my life. The same thing that you decided to try to upend and capitalize off. What is my supposed toxic way of being? And please do answer swiftly, and please do let it be actually something legit. And don't let it be something superficial like, oh, well, your diet for one. And yet you are admitting the part where you've had people invade my property. And you know that I used to cook back in the day and used to love cooking and baking because it tethered me to pastimes that I shared with my grandmother. However, what you guys like enjoying to do is that you like going ahead to see me work the extra mile, do things that I don't have to necessarily do. Like, if I literally have to pack my house belongings, including my bedding with me anytime I leave the house. Not just once every day, anytime I fucking leave the house. Why? Because this nasty nigga over here and these nasty bitches over here, like, and the neighboring community where it's just full of niggers, coons, and Neanderthals wish to go ahead and fuck with my bedding. They want to fuck with my bedding. They'll like probably like, you know, spit on it or something like that. But and I literally have to like disinfect, you know, the surface, and I have like wrapped it up in plastic. But this is what you bitches do. This is what you insignificant bitches do. This is what you do to prove that you are inferior and actually silently give the white people a reason to fucking hate you. Like, you know, that you're only a fucking pet. You feel me? Like if any and every criminal thing that you guys have done to me was actually worth it, then you would not have been bitching and whining in order to still have equity or still have favor or still have any opportunity from whites. You know, you still wouldn't be using racism, colorism, or any of those other excuses to people from the higher ups, pretty much. You wouldn't, right? But here you are. Your own lives are on stake, like are at stake. Excuse me. Oh man, I'm telling you that. That seafood was delicious. But it's just like, yo, for real. You guys are, you know, it was just like, was it really a win? Was it really a win for you? Like the same person who's deciding to go against me unprovoked, who makes everything a fucking competition when I've never made it a competition for this person. It was just like, what did you actually win? You decided to sleep with my ex-fiance behind my back, and you decided to lie to a bunch of people about my identity and garner and track a part where they are now contracted to either kind of like stick with you or find it in an opportune moment for them to kind of like for any kind of reason for them to want to stay attached to you, to stay stuck to you, to be trapped by you. And all the while, it's literally further and further fucking them up. It'll be to the point where it'll be to the part where it's not even Titanic, bitch. It's to the part where almost like their faces are going to melt off and they will be screaming because it'll be that detrimental. And you think that I'm being dramatic or I'm overhyping the situation, but it's just like, no, you really have done the most. And whether or not media tries to take note of this and publicize it, it's just that I will do what I can when I can for as long as possible while if you're still, mishandling me with this situation, I will let it out. I will let it out, which is why you guys are trying to like lock me up right now, which is why you're trying to do the most, why you're trying to taint and slander my character. But you're also at the same time exposing yourself. You are exposing yourself. At any point in time, when society or when the higher ups, entertainment industry, non-whites, blacks, whatever, are trying to make it seem as if I should, compete in a field where I don't want to, because you guys decided to experiment with fucking with me, and it's just like, no, well, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. It's almost like that movie Trading Places, where it's where I guess like I was Dan Aykroyd and the other dude was like Eddie Murphy, and it's just like, okay, well then they happen to collab together. Except, however, in this scenario, Eddie Murphy decided to go ahead and try to murder Dan Aykroyd and try to do away with him. Like in this scenario, this Eddie Murphy didn't have a fucking this person who was a pauper didn't have a fucking conscience. Like they knew damn well exactly what they're getting into, that how they're sacrificing themselves just to be called better than. Okay? Like this is really fucking pathetic. This is really fucking pathetic. And they're also going to do whatever they can in order to throw into damnation anybody that looks like them. Anybody who else is a pauper. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, I came from this. All right, so these people were paupers, and now we should probably get rid of them. No, we shouldn't probably get rid of them. We should all get rid of them. We should definitely get rid of them. When that person in New York City just started to like shoot that homeless man and homeless men, like that they were doing like the right thing. Like that's not like this is like literally the ignorance of how this woman is, and it's all performative, because at some point in time this person puts on a show where it's just like, are you filming me? Do you have it? Okay, hold on. Is my angle good? Is it no? Okay, I am going to give $5 to this homeless man. Spend it wisely. And cut. Whoa. No, I don't want it back. No thanks. I was gonna take it back, but it's okay. You're gonna write that off on my taxes. Yeah, okay, thanks. Awesome. Okay, let's go get us some drinks. Okay, let's go. Basically that's really is like how it goes. And the people who are like over here trying to take the camera, take the picture and everything like that is a lemming. This person has no soul either, and this person is going to do the most in order to be abusive and weaponize will even weaponize religion in order to go ahead and abuse people, like verbally or even socially. They have the cliquish moments in churches. So there's no doubt that they're going to have the cliquish moments where you want to try to isolate people within the community itself. Like, it's like, why stop at the church? Why not go ahead and try to isolate them in the neighborhood too? This is what this kind of person is. That's not just what this kind of person is. This is what this person is, and they have inspired other people to do the same thing. And it's disgusting. It's revolting. It's so fucking bottom barrel tier. You guys are nothing but crabs in a barrel. You are. You really, really fucking are. My whole purpose, since I was a fucking kid in elementary school, has been consistently about humanitarianism and also speaking up and giving Black people the voice, but not at the cost of our own fucking identity where we are still going ahead to replay being the coon, the dancing fucking Bojangles, or performing for a Jim Crow ass minded motherfucker, and then thinking that somehow we're gonna get a come up. Bitch, if anything, he's gonna like while we're thinking that we have somebody by the balls, they really have us by the balls. They really do. Hey, buddy. Hey. They're over here. Poor baby. Okay. So yeah, toxic connection is just like, what toxic connection? There has been an ex that had decided to try to slander me up and down and craziness. And it was just like, gee whiz, out of all the people that you dated, and I actually showed you screenshots. And okay, guys, stop it. All right, so I actually shown you guys screenshots, and it was just like, and video images actually going to the site, and I was like, here, you can go right here, clickety click. Okay. You have sequence of events where people have shown that they have had several relationships after me, including where they wanted to be engaged to somebody. But before then, they were over here. They had, I had a ring and they had a ring, but I wasn't, pardon me, I wasn't married. So it's just wild on how you can try to find yourself sticking up for someone who's saying that, oh yeah, like this person, they want you back. You might as well talk about somebody from the third fucking grade, because I haven't, like, literally, I have been such a recluse, and I don't date many people. I don't have sex with many people. So it was just like, and I've also been celibate for years. So in school, please, it was like a fucking desert. Like I have dated probably this many people when I was in school, and that's in elementary, middle school, and high school. Daycare too. We're gonna count that too. And I would still have room left on this hand. It's just that, imagine somebody from the third grade coming up to me and saying, "Hey, Shalise, long time no see. It really sucks about what you've been going through, but I can't stop thinking about you, girl. Things are good with me. Things are good. Things are good. Just getting out of a rocky relationship. We got several children. I also got some children outside of the marriage." And I'm just gonna be honest with you. I got a few venereal diseases. They are incurable, but I am taking the medication, Shalise, for those, and I am ready to give you the world, girl. Oh, are you serious? Like, keep it a buck, keep it a buck, keep it a bean. Like, as I'm like, wow. Like, you know what? I wouldn't even say flattered, but I am wow. I am wowed right now. That's wow. And it was like, yeah, because at first I didn't really appreciate you, didn't really think that you did anything for me. Really? Okay. Hmm. That's interesting. So many receipts, but all right. And you're like, yeah. And then I realized that actually those were lies. I was too blindsided by life and things of that nature that I realized that you were the one, and that you are the one for me. And it's just like, okay, okay. Well, I have groceries to put inside the house if you don't mind. Like, yeah, I don't know exactly how to explain this, and I'm not okay. And I'm not just using that as an example, because somebody from the third grade that I dated did not approach me, but it's just like, that would be an example as to, like, if anybody was to do that after like, seriously, it's been years since I've had a connection with certain people. So yeah, like, all that shit is cap. When you guys are talking about, like, oh yeah, like, we still have a thing going on. How? Why? When would you have time for me? Through all that? That's so fucking crazy. And I'm sorry, can we repeat that part again where you have venereal diseases? Not just one, but it's just like, what would there was literally nothing about you that was redeemable. So it's just like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. And in the utmost moment was just like somebody is really using like, what was it about your character or persona? Because it was just like, okay, maybe if you were like a fun guy, it's just like, okay, but you saw that by myself, I can have fun too. And you're like, okay, well then I'm good looking. Sweetheart, but you're getting older just as I am. And honestly, your hair is receding so much that is redunculous. And when you sent me that naked photo many years back, it was just like, I seriously doubt with the drugs that you've been, at liberty to have, that it got any bigger. You feel me? If anything, it retarded. So, you know, um, like anything can happen, but like again, it's just like, how useful would it be or how fun would it be knowing that, your genitalia is has cells for the next several years that have been covered and tainted by an enemy, by an abuser, somebody who really went behind my back to backstab me and decided to put me in a situation where I'm being practically human trafficked, but damn sure human zooed. And you think that somehow that's going to make me hard, my nipples hard, or me wet? Like, nigger, Coon Neanderthal. You are a stupid fucking person. This is what me versus the nigger Coon Neanderthal. I just, in what sense? In what sense? Mind you, if you did lie on me, which I hear through the grapevine, you said that I supposedly gave you venereal diseases. And I'm like, stop it, stop it. Not only did I, in one of my arguments online on Facebook with my half sister on my father's side, she tried to project the fact that she had, that she has a venereal disease because she was saying that I had one, and I was like, clearly, well, she said that I had HIV, and I was like, clearly, you projected too much, and I've already disclosed about the part where I had the whole chlamydia situation. Like, I'm not gonna hide about that. That was a very embarrassing moment. So I'm talking from a perspective and a standpoint as somebody who was once diseased, and it was just like, thank God, that was cured. And it was just like, but nonetheless, like, that is a mark on me. And it was a mark from that guy, the same one who decided to try to harm me, and no, not decide to harm me, who harmed me and slandered me and fuck up my character and my identity. So it's just like, that's so fucking stupid. Why would you think I want to put myself into that same kind of situation? It was just like, been there, done that. I know I don't want to buy the t-shirt. I really don't. Like, no, seriously, no, nah, 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 nah. Like, you're making no fucking sense. If the way how I explained that moment was so fucking bad. Are you about to? Yeah, he is. Hold on. Hi, baby. Good boy. Come here, baby. Oh, you good boy. Oh, you good boy. Oh, good boy. Ow. I gotta have to do your nails, baby. Oh, okay. You wanna say hi, people? You say hi? Kiss, kiss. Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay. You gotta unclench. Gotta unclench. Okay. Go. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. Yeah. Well, trust me, this is no picnic for me either. Okay? Like, let me go. Oh, Sebastian, come on. Let me go. He's like, please stop. Okay. Ow. Okay, hold on. Nigs. Okay, so this little Riley thing, look at those claws. Such a cute fat boy. Such a poop fop boy, so fluffy. Oh, sugar. Honey, honey. Okay. All right. Yeah. Whew. Sorry. And so I adore these little creatures, but as you can see, he has claws. Oh God. Wait, did he scratch me? Serious claws, but it's just that he doesn't know how to use his claws to this day. Sebastian, God damn it. He doesn't know how to use his claws to this day, so he just like clenches onto anything, like those suction cup kind of Garfields that you see in a car, and it's just like really hard to kind of like get off. Like he's a very accident prone, a little fat. Anyway, thank you for your patience. Oh, sugar. Honey, honey. You are my candy cat. I love you because you're brown and black. Sugar, sugar. Oh no, sorry. Honey, honey. So yeah, I'm just like, yo, it's like, what is it like? Do you think that if you lie about me and say that I have like a venereal disease, that's just going to stop me from wanting to go ahead and live my fucking life? No, I have been responsible enough to be abstinent. I have been responsible enough to wait until I was 18 and graduate before I wanted to have sex because I didn't want to be trapped and have children. Although now it seems like, you guys wanted to try to trap, or you guys been doing the most to trap me anyway. But it's just like, stop. Just stop. You look fucking embarrassing. Like you've been doing all this malicious bullshit thinking that I want to come back to you. And it's just like, for what? How are you the fucking prize? And how pathetic is that these black women and some of these non-black women are making you the fucking prize just because you're duped. You were duped to sleep with this wayward, fake God worshiping. Like, it was this. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm telling you, I just hear it everywhere. But it's just like, how are you the prize? How is this figure the prize at any point in time? It doesn't matter if you take away the money, if you take away the material wealth, if you take away a lot of the things. It's just like, this is a simple man. You judge them off of the character, not the character that they want to perceive based off online, because it's just like, oh well, this person is an excellent father, or oh, this person is a pastor, and it's just like, but they do other shit where it's just like they sleep with underage people, they decide to harm people, and most importantly, right now for this moment, which is like, something is my priority right now. Yes, what they do to children is seriously fucked up. Definitely hold them accountable for that. But they're over here trying to kill me, or they at least attempted to try to kill me, and they're allowing the people who've tried to kill me to go scot free. If you're over here still betting and you're still communicating, I don't care if that's the parent of your child. Submit that person to prison. Submit that person to jail. Tell me the fucking truth, and then I'll do it for you. How is any of this fucking desirable? I've told you guys, and yet, but again, you guys are niggers, coons, and Neanderthals. So you're not computing the part where I'm like, no, I don't even need to say no, thank you. Just no. You're offering something, and it's a no for me. It's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me. It's something that I'm not gravitating towards. Okay. This is not about, oh, who's going to go first? Like, who's going to break first with no contact? Why do you feel like you're chased? Like you should be chased. Okay. Charlie Sheen has successfully pulled more than you, and it was legit. Why would you ever think, in comparison, why would you ever think that you are this shit? Okay. And he has AIDS or HIV. I don't know. And I really don't care because I'm not, like charming. But like he's a white guy with the black hair. That's said. Like I'm looking for, like one of the nice, tall, dark haired guys right now. But it's just like to date in the future. But it was just like, why would you feel like you are a contestant in something that I'm not even looking for? And you're just like, oh, well, if I infect you, then all of a sudden, then, you're going to come to me. And it's just like, there are dating apps now for people who have particular diseases. I can easily go to them. And you'd be like, all right, well, then fine, then, and I'll make you destitute. I'll take away your money. I'll use whatever hacking system in this, that, and the third. Hopefully that person, whoever I would have shot myself with, would have the money, or at least we would have the resources where we just start putting money in places where you actually would just have a severely hard time in order to try to take it away from us. Okay. But thankfully, I don't have to worry about that right now. And I don't have to worry about, putting myself out there when it comes to, possibly catching any type of, diseases, including the ones that you have. I don't have to worry about that. So I'm gatekeeping myself because I need to worry about other fucking responsibilities. Okay, besides having sex, although I mean that is on the list. Who knows what happens within the year, within a year's time. But it's just like you're literally trying to set me up and make me undesirable to other people. And it's just like you yourself are coming off looking more of an unwanted and undesirable loser. And then when you're going ahead to try to save face for, I don't know, oh, you want to go ahead and stick with the whatever obese person that you have to always suck up to or try to like feed their insecurities. It's just like, well, then go ahead and do that. Just keep my fucking name out of your mouth. Stop trying to make it seem like you are some type of, lost treasure that I would want to still try to find. That's never the case. I've implemented the fucking what is it? The restraining order. So that's done and taken care of. Whenever you actually address yourself in front of the courts, you're welcome to it. Go ahead, get it over with. That's yours. Now there's that. And then there's also the upcoming no contact order. So I thought it was tomorrow, but it's actually on the 28th. So we have that. And then I want to live stream that one. Okay. So yeah. Exciting times. Definitely some exciting fucking times. We will definitely be seeing some things. Yeah. In the meantime, going back to this woman where she's saying a toxic way of being or a toxic connection, I'm just like, you're projecting, sweetheart. You're projecting, and you also are making up your own fucking storyline to make your content creative. Another one is a toxic way of thinking. No, there's no toxic way of thinking. There's only toxic behaviors I'm observing and I'm calling out. Now, that's what you're doing. Now, you guys are saying that, oh, these are toxic ways of thinking. I'm not even putting in, you know what? There have been only a few adjectives that have been used within my vocabulary when it comes to like disgusting, but I'd say a good 98% of the information or content that I share is just what the fuck you're doing to me. Literally what the fuck you're doing to me. Everything else, which is like probably 2%, is either an adjective or my disdain and my displeasure and the abusive offense that you've done to me and how much it hurts and how much it literally has put me back, which I'm entitled to. Okay. It's like having a weatherman. Well, Portia, right outside, it's rainy, it's windy, it's hail, it's cold, it's blizzard, it's fostering dramatic winds and upheavals and this, that, here, and the third. Lights have been taken down, trees have been demolished, buildings, da 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 da. That's basically what it is. The only thing that's toxic is the way how you've been behaving, and you don't like hearing about it. You don't like hearing about yourself. You don't like hearing the truth about yourself. So that way you're trying to shut me up. And I'm just like, no, we're not going to do that fucking shit. So if you're lying about me, having STDs that I don't have, or you lying about me about being homeless, and yet you see me in a house that I've been in consistently since my younger 20s, and you've been lying on me about, God knows what else. I'm just going to talk about it. That's your fault. Your fault. You are a failure. You are insecure. You are inferior. You have parts of your life that you need to go ahead and fix, but it's not. Don't look at me. I'm not even the person that's just like pointing the blame, or like where it's like pointing the blame would be like, okay, well, I'm going to be mean and do this, that, here, and the third because of you. No, I'm literally addressing the fact that you've done da 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 da, and based on law, based on uh, based on law, based on universal law, based on national capital law, based on the law of the United Nations, and based on self-defense, I have these rights. This right here that you're doing is illegal, and naturally, I am choosing the best counterattacks in order to guard myself against what you're doing and continuing to do. That's your fault. That's your fucking fault. It is your fault because you keep doing it, because you want to keep doing it, because you can't find the access or resources on your own to be the person who you want to be. And honestly, you don't even really want to be it, or else it would just come out of you naturally. That's your own fucking fault. Learn to be yourself. So, a toxic way of feeling of your own self. Bitch, again, another fucking projection. Why? Because I am the person who literally comes up every single time I'm on here, and I'm showing you that, look, I'm not over here trying to, be every other girl. And I'm not trying to say I'm not a girl's girl. Okay. Obviously I am a girl's girl, but I'm not like a lot of the things are my priority anymore because I have a lot of other things to worry about. Okay. Um, I obviously live my life, and I live it in accordance to my standards and to my values and my beliefs. But I am not going to exhaust myself to be a person who's going to follow every fucking trend, or be something that is palatable or easy to digest for you bitches. That is not me, and it never has been. If that makes you uncomfortable, then again, that is a problem within you. That is something that you need to fix. It's like feeling like you ain't shit. How? How? You've seen me take my selfies. You see me literally putting on, like, I obviously care about my appearance. I mean, I may not be going through the nines about certain kind of things, but I care about my appearance. I definitely uphold certain type of standards. If I didn't care about myself, then I literally would have been on my fucking back doing a lot of other kind of shit just for fucking attention or likes. But that's not me. That's you bitches. Again, you project so fucking much that you are so inferior, and you've done nothing but really tear down a fucking culture and put them at jeopardy, especially the youth, where you've put them in jeopardy to sacrifice their bodies for attention and money that comes and goes at the whim. Like, we have inflation and shit like that though, and you're just like literally telling them like, hey, look, if you want to live in a high rise and things of that nature, then you need to do this, that, here, and the third, because it has come up, it is a wave. And while we're over here trying to, like, commingle between races, a lot of people are trying to look up for a come up and trying to subdue men, and a lot of men are willing and ready to do it because they're willing to do most anything for sex. But it's also becoming more easily accessible, especially since OnlyFans came out, and it's just like, there's certain things that you guys have made um on sale, I would say, you know. And for some reason, they think that me speaking out and me saying no to you wanting to thinking that I'm your property is going to sacrifice or threaten their access to women. And trust me, there are a lot of women apparently with very deep insecurities, like said person who's projecting. You will be okay, okay, for a while. You will seem to be okay. You will have your pick of the litter, but just not with somebody who's like me or me. Okay. And apparently, if it's really in your feelings, you're really in your feelings and in denial if you need to, I guess, contest or speak up or speak out against me. Because remember, I was just in my own world doing my own thing, but for some reason you decided to come up in here and try to fuck all that up for shits, giggles, and for your ego. And you have a flaccid penis, the lot of you. And at best, you only run yourself around via penis. And that shit is just like so fucking subpar because there's so many other probably penises that would probably look like better than you, and it's attached to a whole person who actually has more fucking things of value and worth and genuine confidence, which is way more attractive than what a lot of you bitches and men could ever be. Yikes.
Yeah, we do put ourselves through things, and we put up with shit that we know we shouldn't put up with. Shit we know we better than. Stick around when we know, that it don't feel like love, and stick around when we know it.
Ooh, this is really sad. It's crazy. It's definitely trying to make it seem like it was something like sympathetic and caring, but it really wasn't. So that is my oh my goodness. I've literally, oh goodness, it's just the people who are trolls. It's got like angry face and it says like, hi, my friend. Oh my gosh. Stop it. Anyway, the title of the video was just like, they failed, you aren't broken, damaged, or crazy, you healed and moved on. And it's just like, yeah, I've never been in a position where I thought any of these things about myself, or that I invested in myself in any of these type of ways. So these are projections. Those are definitely projections. And people are saying that I'm crazy, and it's just like, I guess, call me crazy for wanting to go ahead and not be attached to people based off on their money or their temporary possessions and things of that nature. Because at the very end of the day, at the end of our lives, we're not taking that with us. And at any up and given time, depending on how nasty and corrupt you move, that shit can be taken away. And in the news, I've seen people who live the lives in corrupt manners of these black people, these dirty black niggers, coons, Neanderthals, who are getting so fucking cocky with their moves and their motives that they thought they were untouchable until they weren't, until they showed that they were. So, you know. What else? I'd have to say that I am very I mean, I guess I do have like my moments of shyness, but it's just like I don't know what else you guys are really expecting me to say, because I'm just freestyling here and just going on about my own experience. And it's just like, oh, you guys would be like, they're saying like, oh, you would be an excellent public speaker. And I'm just like, perhaps, but it's just like, I was really cool with just kind of talking to people and thinking that this was all just a community kind of situation where we're just all speaking like we're one. And for some reason, people wanted to take advantage of that. And that just really was like, that was insane. All right, so who else do I have? I wanted to go ahead and do. Okay, so again, that right there, that was what you would identify as a snake when it comes to that video, because I'm just like, stop it. There was nothing conducive about that video. It was nothing but just misdirected message towards them, and also towards my abuser. So let us see. This one is a white male's perspective. So we had a black woman just talk.
This is how Dr. Drew lost weight. This is another part of my journey. I was on carnivore for about 4 years. I gained a bunch of weight.
Talk about from a white man. Boop, boop, boop.
And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use a lot of court cards. More court cards. From the Smith Waite Tarot. I feel as if here in the middle, we've got fire. I feel like there's this energy trying to burst forth from you. See, we've got this Prince of Cups right here in the middle. We've got fire. Quite a bit of fire, actually, right? Fire here. The only water we have is what's preventing this this truth from coming forth. Okay. So we have air, and then we've got some earth. And I think that there's a lot of creativity in you. There's a lot that you are going to accomplish. There's a lot that you already have accomplished. Look at this Queen of Pentacles. Now, with the amount of success that you've already had in your life, there's a tendency to look at those days as our best days, you know? And I wonder if maybe that's a little bit of what's going on right now, especially with this, with the 1111 portal, that is, its influence extends 3 days before, 3 days after, right, of 1111. So we're still within that window, okay? And I feel like what's taking place with you is a little bit of pessimism. Yeah. I think what you need is a bit of encouragement here, because I think that you're looking at everything that you've accomplished. See, this figure's looking at the past and thinking, well, I've come a long way. I've done a lot. You've been through a lot. You've suffered a lot. You've succeeded a lot. But now it's the feeling that we need to then turn this card, face them the other way. Let's look to the future now, you know? So I think that this portal is really affecting you in that it is, it's opening up all of this memory, right? It's opening up a lot of this unconscious stuff. It's showing you an entire world in your past. Yeah. It's doing that for a reason, though. We can't get stuck in this vision of the past. We have to move toward the future. It's providing you an opportunity to break through your limitations, right? And what I mean is, with these two, the tens, right? 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, they're both active elements. And it's saying, we need to exceed this, we need to exceed this. What I feel like has happened is you've put yourself in a bit of a gilded cage. Okay? And I think this is the gilded cage of the past that says, you know, hey, I was once an eagle that would just soar, and my days are behind me now. Now I'm comfortable living in this cage in someone's living room or whatever. You know, I'm really not a big fan of having birds as pets. I don't know, maybe because when I was a kid, my parents had these big parrots, macaws, and, I don't know. What do you think of having birds as pets? I'd like to hear your opinion. I need to know I'm not alone with this. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's a good thing. Unless you have a lot of big aviary or something, or like a lot of land where they can fly, but I don't know. Anyway, I feel as if this is what we need to escape from. The feeling as if your best days were behind you, and now we just are sitting here comfortably, and, you know, I wish there was more that we could do, but this is my life now, and I'm convincing myself that I'm comfortable here, that this is where I belong, that it's kind of like, you know, what they say, being put out to pasture. You know, I think this was an eagle that once soared very high, very free, saw a lot, and now is trying to be okay with not being that eagle anymore. Now just being a little finch in a little cage, thinking this is the best it's going to get, right? Let's be happy that we have what we have. you know. And there is some logic and truth to that. It makes sense to me. Seems okay. Spirit is trying to tell you that we've got to get out of that sentimentality. You got to get fired up again. The Prince of Cups is surrounded.
Okay. Okay, so let's just go ahead and reiterate what he says. Let me first put this in here. Oops.
Gilded cage. With these two, opportunity. It's doing that for a reason, though. We can't get stuck in that world in your past. It's opening up all of this the other way. You suffer best. Yeah. It's influence, and I wonder if of cups right here in the middle. We've got fire. Quite a bit of fire, actually. Right? Fire here. The only water we have is what's preventing this this truth from coming forth. Okay. So we have air, and then we've got some earth. Information that we need. All right. If at any point during the reading you think you know what that card is, put your prediction in the comments below. All right. Let's do it together. It's a group exercise, right? You're here. Might as well put you to work. But let's see what's going on here first. I noticed right away that there's no major arcana energy. Nothing, right? We're going to have to do an I Ching reading for this one because I feel as if I feel like there's this energy trying to burst forth from you. See, we've got this Prince of Cups right here in the middle. We've got fire. Quite a bit of fire, actually. Right? Fire here. The only water we have is what's preventing this this truth from coming forth. Okay. So we have air, and then we've got some earth. And I think that there's a lot of creativity in you. There's a lot that you are going to accomplish. There's a lot. And I think that there's a lot of creativity in you. There's a lot that you are going to accomplish. There's a lot that you already have accomplished. Look at this Queen of Pentacles. Now, with the amount of success that you've already had in your life, there's a tendency to look at those days as our best days. You know? And I wonder if maybe that's a little bit of what's going on right now, especially with this, with the 1111 portal. That is, its influence extends 3 days before, 3 days after, right, of 1111. So we're still within that window, okay? And I feel like what's taking place with you is a little bit of pessimism. Yeah. I think what you need is a bit of encouragement here, because I think that you're looking at everything that you've accomplished. See, this figure's looking at the past and thinking, well, I've come a long way. I've done a lot. You've been through a lot. You've suffered a lot. You've succeeded a lot. But now it's the feeling that we need to then turn this card, face them the other way. Let's look to the future now, So I think that this portal is really affecting you in that it is, it's opening up all of this memory, right? It's opening up a lot of this unconscious stuff. It's showing you an entire world in your past. Yeah. It's doing that for a reason, though. We can't get stuck in this vision of the past. We have to move toward the future. It's providing you an opportunity to break through your limitations, right?
This opportunity allows you to break through limitations.
And what I mean is, with these two, the tens, right? 10 of wands, 10 of swords, they're both active elements. And it's saying, we need to exceed this, we need to exceed this. What I feel like has happened is, you've put yourself in a bit of a gilded cage. Okay?
Put yourself in a gilded cage.
And I think this is the gilded cage of the past that says, hey, I was once an eagle that would just soar, and my
The barbershop. The barbershop is passion. It's style. It's confidence.
days are behind me now. Now I'm comfortable living the cage of the past that says, hey, I was once an eagle that would just soar, and my days are behind me now. Now I'm comfortable living in this cage in someone's living room or whatever. I'm really not a big fan of having birds as pets. I don't know, maybe because when I was a kid, my parents had these big parrots, macaws, and I don't know. What do you think of having birds as pets? I'd like to hear your opinion. I need to know I'm not alone with this. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's a good thing. Unless you have a lot of big aviary or something, or like a lot of land where they can fly. But I don't know. Anyway, I feel as if this is what we need to escape from. The feeling as if your best days were behind you, and now we just are sitting here comfortably and
Pardon me if I keep, yawning and getting sleepy. It's just that the bullshit is just so fucking exhausting.
I wish there was more that we could do, but this is my life now, and I'm convincing myself that I'm comfortable here, that this is where I belong, that it's kind of like, what they say, being put out to pasture. I think this was an eagle that once soared very high, very free, saw a lot, and now is trying to be okay with not being that eagle anymore. Now just being a little finch in a little cage, thinking this is the best it's going to get. Right? Let's be happy that we have what we have, you know. And there is some logic and truth to that. It makes sense to me. Seems okay. Spirit is trying to tell you that we've got to get out of that sentimentality. You got to get fired up again. The Prince of Cups is surrounded in this water energy, right? Surrounded in this sentimentality, surrounded in this emotion. There's nothing wrong with emotion, but if we use it as a warm blanket, in this case, perhaps a wet blanket, we are concealing the truth that is within this card. We're concealing who you really, there's a voice inside of you that's trying to get out, but we can't hear it because it's within all of this water energy, right? It's like when you got a little burp that needs to come out, you know. But I think that this portal is opening for you as a way to see that this cage that you're in is not real, right? That it might just take a level 10 amount of effort to get out of a level 10 cage, right? We kind of need to maximize this. This is
this cage that you're in is not real, but it's gonna take a level 10 effort to get out of a level 10 cage. Me versus nigger coon and Neanderthals, which are stupid people.
idea of take a level 10 amount of effort to get out of a level 10 cage.
Takes a level 10 amount of effort to get out of level 10
cage, right? We kind of need to maximize this. This is the idea of focusing your energy. This is not a dissipating, wild, chaotic kind of 10 of wands here. Okay, this is very focused. This is Saturn in Sagittarius. You need some discipline. Saturn is one of those energies that says, yeah, things are bad. Things suck. But that doesn't get you out of it, right? That's not an excuse. Things are bad, things suck. Yeah, but I don't care. Saturn says, you're going to do it. And you're going to do it now. You're going to need that discipline. And in some ways, Saturn is that nostalgia, that lamentation, that wish.
Like, yo.
That longing, that sadness, right? That melancholy. And that is the motivation. We're using that, channeling that, sublimating that into positive action, into an arrow that is really going.
What would your life be like if you were a rapid transformational therapist?
Going to fly right through the bars of this cage. And this is the 10 of Swords is the belief system. This is the limitation that we've put on ourselves. Now, maybe you're working on something, and that was a lot of kind of, flowery words, but I didn't really say very much, did I? I think you're working on something that has stalled a little bit, or it's been delayed, or it seems like perhaps the business deal fell through, the contract fell through, the plans kind of got ruined. Something happened, and it was very disheartening.
He's referring to the business things I was just talking about with Princeton University and the lawyer and also the companies in which I had a patented idea and it is patented. However, somebody decided to go ahead and try to upend it all. And they saw like how committed I was. I literally took up a second job where I was working at Amazon in order to help finance this situation. The person was making all kinds of lies, saying that first we were collaborators or that we were in business together. And it's just like that in itself would definitely call out, okay, so why would I give you all my fucking money, supposedly, my inheritance, if I had a business idea? That makes no fucking sense. I literally had to work a second fucking job in order to support my own business. And yet you are saying that you gave me money? How does that make sense? Like let's make it like honestly, I got this in like 20 I started to do this in like 2019, 2020 or something like that. Anyway, it was just or maybe even 2020. The point is cuz we were still like we were still, affiliated at that time. So like, as friends, not as like within business. We didn't never did any business together. So it's just saying like you're so full of shit. Like there's too many fucking holes in your storyline. But there's other people that are willing to kiss your ass and try to cover you because they found themselves in shit also by being corrupt and malicious. There's nothing that was upstanding about this person's actions or intentions. These people have done the most, the absolute most, in the darkest, ugliest ways, as the nigger coon Neanderthals that they are, in order to abuse me and also to disrupt my moves when it comes to working hard and working in the right way where I didn't have to do anything illegal in order to get me, an invention or like a business actually going. So when this white man pretends to have some sympathy, he then goes on to say, like, things suck. So like this is a game stalker. This is a person who obviously is a voyeur. They watched my naked body 20 like out of the 24/7. They were criticizing it, probably even winked off and masturbated to it, or even have it in their spank bank when they're fucking somebody else. Regardless, this is a nasty ass white, pardon me, KKK, um, racist, colorist, nigger coon Neanderthal out of the white community that decided to try to oppress me and is looking for any kind of thing to say in order to try to provoke me, demean, and devalue exactly what I'm going through. However, they will be the same kind of people that would speak up for somebody in a different country that is not at the hands of their abuse when actually it loosely is, because the same kind of abuse that they're using on me is the same kind of abuse they're able to identify and quickly point out when they see other people oppressing a whole fucking nation, and a whole nation or a culture of people over fucking seas. Like, hey, look, that looks fucking familiar. I know that one. We've done that a few times to our nigger, to our nigger or to our target and things of that our nature. Because while they're over here projecting and saying that I'm the nigger, they are the ones that are stupid. They're the ones that are being stupid. They're the ones that are consistently being fuck ups and thinking that all this shit was going to be okay. Like they really were banking on the fact that they could just abuse me and try to dictate and control me to do anything. This whole conversation that I've just been writing down is saying that is trying to deflect, also trying to shove the responsibility off of them onto me. Now, I've consistently worked extremely hard for what it is I wanted to do, and it's extremely hard for like the goals that I wanted to have. But it's just like these people are so fucking controlling and dictating that they want to tell me not only when to work, how to work, how often to work, how often to be productive to them. This guy literally is telling me, let's just break it down because there's enough. There's a source, white people, niggers, coons, Neanderthals, out of the white race, the black race, the non-blacks, and that's Asian, that's Hispanic, anybody. I'm telling you, Anybody that's a nigger, coon, Neanderthal out of each respective race is the source. And out of that source, they're preventing this truth from coming out. This is what he says. I think there's a lot of creativity in you, obviously. You literally have your resources. There's a lot that you're going to accomplish. Negotiable. There's a lot that you've already accomplished. Again, you have resources to confirm that. You look at these like it's your best days. You seem pessimistic. I'm sorry, I have this all written in the color blue, so don't go stuck in the past. This opportunity allows you to break through limitations. This opportunity. This is what I said earlier, where it's like, okay, again, this is me versus nigger, coon, and Neanderthals. These people, I already said it before, these people are having me exude and exert so much energy for their benefit. But now that I have gotten to the point where it's just like, entirely enough is enough, where it's become physical. These people are saying, okay, fine then. You're calling us out. You're literally using physical boundaries in order to enforce, your space and defend yourself. We'll let you have, a little bit of leeway, basically. But if you don't abide by our rules, then we'll go ahead and threaten you some more, kill you, and or subject you to more punishments that were unjust and cruel and unwarranted. So don't get stuck in the past here. This opportunity allows you to break through limitations. That means, and it says like, It said basically at this very end of part, he said it takes level 10 amount of effort to get out of a level 10 cage. You need discipline to escape. Again, with slavery, they're using the keywords here, which is like, you need discipline to escape. So this person wants me to exude even more energy on top of the other burdens that I have, on top of the unnecessary burdens that I have, on top of the racial injustice that has been going on because of Black bitches that are so fucking weak and insecure, that have used sex, drugs, and money to get their way. And there's menial people out there that are trying to extract just the last little bit of energy or whatever from me. Yeah, you need discipline to escape. Again, his words, not mine. You need discipline to escape. Things suck, but I don't care. You're going to do it, and you're going to do it now. Again, dictatorship. You want to try to control me. You want to be the one to say what it is that I can do and when to do it. And it's just like, no, it's not happening. It's really not happening. If I choose not to do it, if I choose not to accept it, then I don't have to. You can go ahead and try to react accordingly as you do because of your own insecurities, but you will be calling your own self out. And I have no other choice but to respond in accordance to that. You're just showing how seriously triggered you are because your ego has been put in check. And so you're trying to exercise dominance over another being when you really are wasting that fucking energy, when you should be using it on somebody else who you are actually challenged by, or somebody who is deserving of that kind of fucking force. You are an inferior man. You are an inferior woman. You haven't gone against somebody who you feel is like a worthy adversary, because you've said it many times that you find me an inhumane object in order to try to test and try to overthrow. You're nobody. And you keep saying and you keep exhibiting like how you're so much of a nobody. You don't go for the big fish. You go for things that you see as little fish, and yet you are already, but you're you are showing that I'm a big fish, but you're saying that I'm a little fish. but you're doing the most and trying to have other people over here trying to swarm me and trying to make me intimidated. But all the while, you're showing that you are weak, you are inferior, you are a failure, you are the thing that has subjected yourself, you by your own choice, to be a whore, sleep with people for opportunities, lie, and then also like sit on the coattails of people while you're looking like the fucking crab in a barrel that you are, while you're looking like the inferior KKK racist colorist hater that you are. And now you're victimizing yourself, and now you're trying to double down and say, hey, do this now, or else we'll never release you. In actuality, fuck that. It's all in your mind about that prison that you have. Yes, you've worked hard. Yes, you've been subjected to cruelty, to a whole bunch of fucked up, torturous situations. But every day there's an 18-year-old there's a person who's become 18 of age, and they weren't allowed at one point in time to see you suffer. And we need you to keep doing the good fight in order to, make to finish up the army. We were dozing off at your leadership, at your success. We were too busy fucking, screwing, pedophilia, having drugs, manipulating a whole bunch of people and stealing from them and scamming. We were doing a whole bunch of criminal bullshit. Okay, we weren't really taking the opportunity to be like, oh shit, what if we actually never had this? So now we need for you to do it all over again. Earn the money that you will supposedly be given. And this time we're awake now. This time we'll take notes, because at that point, what they want to do ultimately is kill me, like they haven't been trying to already. Where it's just like they're just going to keep trying, but they're going to try it in a more sophisticated way. And in this point in time, where it's just like, if I actually were stupid enough to actually take their words for reals, after they show me consistently how fucked up they are and how they refuse, even to this day and to this point in time, that they are not responsible, they're the ones that are going to be trying to take notes, so that way they can try to foster another person to kind of take my place. Try to foster another person to try to take my place, but also to try to have somebody to try to take, to try to have the same kind of work ethic, to be another kind of mule, to be another kind of fucking slave. You feel me? Like, I don't trust the fucking government or anything like that. And I damn sure don't trust these black ass dirty bitches that are black people within the black community. I don't trust these bitches. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't like them. I don't love them. I don't respect them. Okay? The people here at Trenton, fucking New Jersey, have literally done nothing but backstab me and just talk behind my back and be fucking corrupt. These are dirty, trifling ass niggers and bitches and coons and Neanderthals. These are all stupid people. So anything that they're saying in order to try to distract you from the point that I am being human trafficked, that you are watching me illegally without my fucking permission, is just all a distraction, so that way they can go ahead and laugh in a corner and and hee ha ha at how they were actually being fucking deficits to the fucking culture, and how they literally still have people tap dancing for fucking favors and negotiating. And while they are trying to make somebody else identical to me, they're going to wind up finding that that person is definitely replaceable. Okay? You're getting cocky for nothing. You yourself are like a fucking coon. Okay? You are nothing but a fucking chimpanzee at the expense of white people. And then here, the bigger picture is that you bitches have been getting too big for your britches, where you've also set up yourself for failure. You've painted yourself into a corner where, because of your own ego, black bitches, black dirty bitches, you painted yourself into a corner where you ultimately showed that you are hypocritical. You didn't get, like, you had the opportunity to steer the wheel, to show that you actually are accountable, responsible, to be excellent leaders, and to be people who really actually do value Black excellence and community. But no, you are just as opportunistic, capitalistic, and evil as the people who were, the people who were oppressing you before. You are just as bad as fucking Israel. There was a meme, not a meme, but there was a video that was funny that circulated along a while ago, of babies seeing either their parents cry or seeing either a video of them cry. And the baby is just looking fucking astounded, like, oh, that was me. or they'll look at the parent like, okay, wow, calm it down. Black people, the dirty, awful, horrible Black people within the Black community, look at fucking Israel over fucking seas and are still like, what you're doing is wrong, even though I'm doing it too. They have the youth, the fucking youth, babies who really don't even know or are not even figuratively like fucking self-aware about things. They have more intelligence than people who are fucking grown ass adults. And the people who were back in the day with civil rights movement and situations of that nature, people who are still alive today from that era, some of them that are still surviving, just like some of the people that were in the Holocaust, some of them actually, or some of the people who had descendants from the Holocaust, some of those people that are still alive today, they have more respect and they're still able to speak out or and teach their children and their grandchildren, but they have more common sense and awareness and compassion and respect and hindsight, where they're just like, hey, look, why we're not going to act like the people who literally oppressed us. And there's also some that will, that learn from the Holocaust or have family and stuff like that from the Holocaust. And it's just like, that's why I said, from the healthy Blacks to the coon nigger Neanderthals, like when they try to infiltrate themselves within them. And somehow there's some that had it like bred between the two because they disguise themselves as something that they weren't. And now they really show their ass. They really fucking show their ass. So yes, this white man, this slick haired white guy, is really just saying a whole bunch of bullshit. He really is. And that's why I had this also stuck under gaslighting, because how are you trying to tell me that I am how are you trying to tell me that I am that, not the stove, but how are you trying to tell me that I am the furnace to your fucking locomotive or to your steamboat, and yet you are trying to bully me, oppress me, or fool me and gaslight me and tell me that I need to be your fucking motivation, continue being that, when in actuality all you have in store for me is murder and death. Show me, like, put your money where your mouth is, because that's all you bitches have been fucking doing. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna treat you guys accordingly. You guys probably have it set up already where you want to send me to jail or to prison. But it's just like, the truth will come out eventually. What happens in the dark will come to light because enough people have seen it. But even regardless, if you try to bury it, it's just like, even when you murdered Martin Luther King Jr., or when you try to redact those papers, when you try to hide them and conceal them, it's just like, look, for what it fucking is, just know at the very end of the day, you cannot put the words in my mouth. You can try, but just know that from my mouth verbatim to go fuck yourself, to go fuck yourself, to go kill yourself, and that you are not entitled to my fucking space and my boundaries, okay? You are insolent. You are lesser than me, okay? Remember, you over here trying to intimidate me to get the resource out of me, bitch. You feel me? It's not like I'm a tree that you can fucking shake, bitch, okay? Know your fucking place. Know your fucking place. And I think we should probably stop at that right now, because it's already right now about to be 2 hours. But that was the white man and the Black woman version of gaslighting, and those right there are two examples of snakes. Two very good examples of snakes. Now, maybe we should probably go ahead and throw in one more, and hopefully this one will be somebody beneficial, like, somebody who actually has fucking a healthy mindset, because a lot of people are just very disappointing. A lot of the stuff I'm seeing right now is a bunch of snake shit. Just more of a, hey, look, like you should boy. Oh my god.
What is up, fam? Welcome back to Leslie.
I don't want to share the channel because, again, like I said, at any point in time, somebody who might actually say something
That's 3 questions.
who might say something potentially like, selfish, self-serving, or that's like snake-like could possibly, not in the future. So I don't want to specifically say like, oh, like, but actually, let me not do that one because that one was a few hours ago. I want to do something that was more recent. More recent version. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Oh, and the woman that played in the other video, that one was a saint. That one was a saint. She was good. She was nice. She was warning me about like my horrible ex who literally was doing the most. I'm like, and that it wasn't like my last ex. It wasn't ex. No. X. So yeah. I can go with the flow. Please, I just want to see one saint, one recent saint, because anything else would just be. Come on. ¿Dónde está? No. Okay, I'm literally not seeing anything, guys. Nothing at least like long enough. These little birds are so cute. And imagine somebody telling me that I've done all this work and it was upended, and now you want me to do more work and also work super hard for it. Like, get the fuck up out of here. Like, are you serious? That have been like that is literally that that has been in books, multiple books about like, tricks of the game where people are just trying to use somebody, and like, and like in histories of like slavery. That was, oh my gosh. Actually, I think this person might be talking about my abuser. Let me hear.
Americans and Israelis are united on a mission to find and free the hostages. March for Israel. March to free the hostages. March against anti-Semitism. Tuesday, November 14th. National Mall. Be there for those whose voices we can't hear.
Oh, I hate you. Oh my God.
The product you know is getting an upgrade.
That was an unskippable ad, by the way. Let me just tell you something, bitch. Like, if you really care, then why are you bombing the same area where they could be possibly held? Like, you already know that Gaza is at a disadvantage. The Palestinians have limited funding and things of that nature, but yet you supposedly care about the hostages and yet you're bombing them. Oh my gosh. It's like Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And then what's even worse is that you're using the words that are meant for the Palestinians, and yet you're using it for the Israelis who are literally like still sipping on fucking lattes and enjoying electricity, food, water, and all this other kind of shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry, it's really cold in here, but it's just like, are you serious? Are you serious? Everything's upside down. Everything is very topsy-turvy. And when it comes to take a bow, Black people, because you've literally decided to take advantage of the situation and you ran it down into the hole, into the ground. Hey, yeah. Man, that is just, I'm really upset about that. That is so crazy. I'm like, yo, are you serious? Okay. Are you done now? Are you finished with the lies? Okay. Because bitch, I see right through that shit. That is just so fucking like, oh my God, yo, like you really fucking stupid. Like, who would buy that? See, that right there just tells you that it's not about who you can attract that has common sense. It's all about rallying up the people who are abusers and want to go ahead and victimize themselves. It doesn't even matter about like, right or wrong. It's about, hey, look, we're just using this kind of coded kind of we're using this coded kind of commercial to victimize ourselves, and we want to rally all you guys up together for support. It's the same shit that I have to go through with same shit I've been going through with these niggas of varying races. It doesn't matter about like, what's right or wrong. It's about like how many people you can go ahead and try to gain up against me. All the while, if you were to use those same kind of fucking rules that actually affects you later on, all of a sudden then you're going to go back into the script like, okay, well, hold on. We're going to use this one. We're going to use this one right here. Like literally, you're going to use the same fucking tricks that, or basically you're going to use the same kind of things that we use in order to protect ourselves and defend ourselves when we actually are in trouble, when we actually are in danger, when we actually are oppressed, and you have any little fucking minor inconvenience and you're just going to be flipping through the fucking book and you're just like, this will do it. It was like, yo, put on the bat signal, and the bat signal was a fucking like, oh, anti-Semitism. It's horrible. I'm telling you. Literally looking at a fucking sign right here, right now, where it has that. There's literally a what is it? I was gonna say synagogue or something like that, the little mausoleum or something like that. And then you have like a very torn and messed up policeman banner advertisement out here, and it's just like, oh God, it's just so on point. It's so on point and so just malicious. Anyways, 3:34 right now. I'm gonna let this play. Hopefully this is a saint message. Why? Because I have an exam to finish studying for and to gear up for tomorrow. So go fuck yourselves when it comes to, wanting to continue to abuse me and thinking that you can go ahead and try to dominate anything. It doesn't matter on how many people that you have, because remember, you are like this right here. I'm so glad that it's actually played in the midst of me about to play this video, that commercial, where it really just kind of shows really what the fucking big picture is. Where it's just like, look, it's not about for you bitches, it's not about what's right or wrong. It's about what's more advantageous to you. It's also about how many people you can go ahead and try to code into a rally, so that way you can still do some corrupt fucking shit. You don't care about that. You don't care about the menial stuff. And I think with the whole thing with Black Lives Matter was just that it really was. I have to tell you, for people who don't know, it was performative as fuck. It was performative as fuck. It seemed like there was just like some type of back alley agreement that happened where people were going to go ahead and expect to lose their lives. But in a lot of ways, people in the background were getting money. And they made this into something that was extremely like, I wouldn't say hyped up, but it was just like, it was a collective moment for people to just go ahead, and it seemed like it was a moment for everybody to get theirs. Mostly for Black people, but also for white people. They'd be like, well, we'll allow you to have this, that, here, and the third, but what's in it for us? And they also went ahead and kill some folks. And I'm just like, damn. And in the midst of that, you were having different people who were taking advantage of this, from the religious people to basic people to community people to entertainment to entertainers to politicians. Yeah, I'm telling you, from Christian, Catholic, everything, every religion, it just, in every nation, every race, even people who are Wiccans and things of that nature, like everything was just coming together in a symbol, and a supposedly symbol of unity. And in the background, it was just duplicitousness. It seemed like that right there was the thunder crack, or the big let there be light moment, where it was an official moment to start the new world of topsy-turviness, of demonic energy, of just like nefarious evils, orchestrated through man, where a lot of things were just seriously motherfucking corrupt. And that's on that. Please tell me something that's
Wait for something. At the same time, you realize, damn it, I need the money. Approach on that, which makes sense. Just even having faith in the situation, it caused you to see something. And okay, all right, Cancer. So let's see here. We got Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, more Capricorn and Taurus, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Taurus. Again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Okay, Cancer. So right away here. Well, there's some things going on. Because you're aware of something, and that's what you're willing to work on. But it's because you know you don't have faith and hope in a situation. You're kind of cold and distant and cut off from it, from support, higher power, guidance, belief systems, just even having faith in the situation. It caused you to see something and then slowly want to work an approach towards whatever that is. But to do it, to do the act, to relay the news, accept message, something about that you're not wanting to. Instead, you'd rather just be aware of what's going on and slowly work an approach on that, which makes sense. Okay. Now, overall, I see that whatever you do have that you feel is valuable, you're hanging on to. Okay. And still willing to work on that, whatever that may be here for yourself. Okay, Cancer. So I see here that you're walking away from something. At the same time, you realize, damn it, I need the money though. I don't know. I'm stressing out now. And then you're like, this sucks because I feel like I've settled. I'm stuck. What am I going to do here? Too many people know about this. And then you get to this point like, forget it. Let me go back to my past. What happened in my past that worked or didn't work, or what can I do? Or let me go back to someone from the past, whatever it was. You had a little panic moment here with all that situation here. But I also see that it's regarding like who you work with, literally coworker field, job field, area, office or whatever, collaborations, or it's if you are in a relationship, which I don't see anything here about that. But whatever this is, it's like, you putting in the effort and the work you're not wanting to anymore. You kind of like whatever about your job. And it's a cycle that you're not willing to close out, which makes sense. I mean, a job is a job at least, even if it's not the best one, right? So I see here, though, that there is new love somewhere, whether it's with a person or with a journey for yourself. And that right there is where there's celebration. But I think it's because you're trying to plan it, because right when that celebratory energy is here, which is beautiful, you start to, you get in that energy of like, frantically trying to even plan it. So I don't think it's really happening yet. That obviously is getting you to feel emotionally upset and disconnected and not the greatest, and then it feels worse. And Cancer, this is the part where this is not going to resonate with everyone. This is the part where I know the Cancers are going to be like, she's an evil fucking tarot reading witch crap, da-da-da-da. And I thought about it, which is funny, babe. I really thought about, I might as well just start saying what people are going to think of me anyway in these readings when I know I'm about to say some shit that's going to make me look scary. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to be honest because it's true. You're doing black magic with someone or towards someone, Cancer. And if it's not that, you literally had a moment of realizing you are in something severely toxic and it's crossing the spiritual realm. You dive deeper into it, knowing it's not your real path, to gain something out of it. So I don't know how to say this because I don't do any of this. I'm not teaching any of this. All I'm going to say is it backfired and it went right back to you. And I don't know if you know it.
That's all I'm going to say. Because karmic contracts and lessons and stuff and it's come up to the surface here, Cancer. It's getting bad. It's one of those things where the higher ups, God, the universe, whoever is going to take care of this. Because, wow, okay? Now, you're still trying to make things equal, knowing that you're already mentally done with the situation or the person or whatever this is. You reflected on it, but then you're like, the money again, the abundance, the wealth, I need more. So you're like, okay, I guess I'll stay, even though I don't want to be about this or be a part of this. Then you have a moment where you're like, no, I can break free, I'm okay. And then you go back to doing something under the craft. I don't know what.
Okay, I just wanted to point out that this doesn't seem like it's talking or addressing me. It seems like it's addressing one of my abusers and what they're doing behind the scenes. And this person, like some other people are doing, are just like, hey, look, don't do this. We basically, well, not me, but in speaking in terms of the tarot readers, it's just like, we are the Jiminy Crickets here. Like, you've done something extremely illegal that has allowed us to spy or stalk you, just to make it fair. Because while you are maliciously stalking this woman, which is me, and this person is doing nothing but being overburdened, harassed, harmed, and getting no money from it, which is even further abuse. It's just like no compensation, no restitution, no nothing. While you guys are getting funding, sponsorships, opportunities, not just from us stalking you, but also from you stalking her and sabotaging all her moves and ideas and things of that nature, and soliciting her body and things of that nature, like, via telecommunication and things of that, not things sexual, but just like, that, like, initially it was probably through like Pornhub or something like that they probably were like going ahead to share my stuff, and then to OnlyFans. But it's just like, if you're already using government officials in order to help you, like, honestly, the sky is the limit. Pardon me. And I have this upcoming video about something called the setup, the timeline, in which from my perspective about like the things that I've noticed and the things that I wanted to share with you all regarding moments where it just seemed extremely suspicious on the people of certain kind of departments in social seats that wanted to exploit me or were lying to my face or triangulating messages. But that's for another video. In the meantime, yeah, like I said, this seems like her, and it just seems like in that moment, when they talk to my abusers, it seems very Jiminy Cricket. When you try to talk to me, it's just like that just seems really invasive, and it's just like it's not in a moment for me to be defensive. It's just like you're trying to tell me. It's like I mentioned before, like the firefighter in the burning house thing. Now imagine if it's the person who caused the fire who wanted to come into the house pretending to rescue me. And this person is saying, hey, look, I don't know about you, but I would use more Febreze on your cat's pillows when you leave, because when you return, sometimes the cats like to lick themselves too much. And then after that, I think that we should probably definitely think about using more modern colors on your walls. We should go down. We should calm down because all smoke and stuff like that. Okay, so I really think that you should consider using fresher color tones in the next place that you're going to live. Also, it really wouldn't kill you if you use Bounty paper towels. And lastly, I do believe that the products that you're using, some of them are now discontinued. They do have an expiration date. Like some of your makeup is over 6 months. And I know that it's still running, like it still looks good, but unfortunately you're supposed to like let it go after you open it for 6 months, okay? Okay, all right. Do you want to leave the house now? Because we can try. All right, let's go. It's like, it's like one of those moments where it's just like, Like you caused the damage, and now you're trying to tell me how to live my life. And it's not even not all these things are like some of these things you might say like, hey, look, actually, this just might actually be a good idea. But then you're also saying on certain other things where it's just like, all right, so the free Febreze situation is just like, okay. Or if you're saying, hey, like the makeup, I'm like, if it's not breaking me out and if it's not doing anything, then I can literally use this if I want to. But it's just like, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not doing anything harmful. Like, this is not the moment for you to try to, not chastise me, but this is not for the moment for you to try to either criticize, admonish, or try to control me. Okay, this is a human zoo situation. You're basically treating me like an animal, and I'm supposed to be subjected to your rules because the government is allowing you to. Like the government is agreeing past. I had put this down in my notes where supposedly whoever it is that was supposed to be, that's supposed to be taking notes and investigating shit, like the FBI or feds or whoever, like whatever organization that's supposed to be, investigating this shit and pretending that they actually have my best interests at heart. Like these people are nothing but those cut out cardboards. Have you ever seen of like, the coyote or something like that to deter the geese off the property? That's literally how it seems like the government organizations are behaving. But anyway, because for them to have allowed a lot of shit to happen to me, that's literally what it seems like. But anyway, I'm going to go back to some of the tarot readers where it's just like, yeah, like they do good when they are literally trying to steer my abusers in the right direction. When it comes to me, it's like, I'd rather talk about the injustice of this all and how these extra steps that I have to do and how you want me to live my life to be your fucking hero, Shiro, whatever like that is, it's immoral, it's unethical, it is illegal because this is an offense to my human rights. Okay? You're not a life coach right now. You are literally, if it puts lotion in the skin, it won't get the hose again kind of situation. But it's just like I'm able to be in my room or I'm able to travel in my car if you don't fuck it up. That it's that kind of situation. You're not really helping me. You're trying to control me and harm me. And for the abuser's standpoint, you're just delaying things and giving me emotional abuse and stress in the meantime before they try to take me out. And you want me to try to see the softer side of Sears of the situation, thinking that you know exactly what it is that I'm supposed to be expecting. But if you really would just kind of sit down and look at it, put it on pen and paper, even put it on paper with a pen. It's just like, this woman has been here, subjected to abuse for decades, made a laughing stock. Literally, there were methods, experiments on this woman. It was like a modern day slavery, officially and literally modern day slavery. And yet, we think that the government is just going to like let her go and things of that nature and and not harm her or not like what do you really think? They've done all this. And you even see the shit that they're doing with like Israel and Palestine. Like, what do you fucking think? Be honest with yourselves. Be honest with your fucking selves. Look at history and how they treated Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and how sneaky they have been to upend and murder certain celebrities and things of that nature. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is actually things you can find in fucking documents. Documents that will be public in the future, but also documents that have yet to be oh, pardon me. I clicked off on it. But that was a saint, basically. That one was a saint because she's speaking on behalf of the like, the abuser storyline, and she's trying to tell them like, yo, like what you're doing right now is fucked up. Like, I wouldn't do this if I were you. There are some people who are really afraid and to say to these people like, hey, look, stop it. And they're like trying to obviously because these people aren't on social media. They're not being publicized. And people have such a fucking anger where they will be in the crosshairs. But if you have enough people to actually talk against them, then things can actually fucking change. I just know that I'm not gonna bow down to these people because literally these are the same people who I helped. And it's just like you trying to make it seem like you were just some type of um it's just like Rosemary's Baby. Well, she gave birth to those children, but it's just almost like, you know, you guys are basically behaving like fucking Chucky or like the adopted son and it becomes Damien or something like that, and you're trying to like slash them. And you like scary movies too fucking much to the point where you think that you're all this background stuff that you're doing to me and all the shit that you're doing with the help of others is going to have me shaking and my boots are trembling and things of that nature. Like you've been doing a lot of dumb bullshit. It's just like I know who you are at your core. Okay. And it doesn't intimidate me, it doesn't oppress me. It really doesn't. And you've done it to the point where I guess you thought yourself, like, even though I find you as small, you still thinking that you're still like, you know, like Chucky when he came with the ruler, like, or I'm just gonna like cower at, you know, like you thinking that, you know, you're Damien or something like that. And it's just like, no, you are you are a bed bug, like I said, like you are an insignificant bitch. You still have to like draw from me. And that's why, and, and that's why the whole message in the spiel is for them to say to work 10. The whole bullshit was like, you are in a, it's like, oh, you're gaslighting me saying, oh, this cage is not real. But yet I need level 10 amount of effort to get out of this level 10 cage. Like, yo, the gaslighting is so real. So you want me to work the hardest that I've ever worked. And it's giving the that gate at Auschwitz where it's just like work will set you free. That's literally what this nigger is telling me. Cage, Auschwitz gate. It takes level 10 amount of effort to get out of a level 10 cage, even though I've already worked my ass off and I've been overburdened. Work will set you free. You want me to overwork myself for your fucking benefit because now that you're paying the fuck attention, you're just like, okay, this shit can actually get us the fucking trouble. So now we want her to work as hard as fucking possible. So that way we can not only take notes, but record it. So that way we can try to learn from these mistakes, also utilize this to distract other people and all that other kind of bullshit. No, kill yourselves. Kill yourselves. Mayor, whomever, all you bitches, kill yourselves. I have not done anything and I've not done this like this is all unjustified. I should have been released a long fucking time ago. There's no fucking negotiations that need to be had in order to be released, in order to have restitution, in order to have my fucking rights respected, my fucking human and civil rights respected. Kill yourselves. Kill yourselves expeditiously. Now, for reals. All right. And to that, I say bye.